So we have three things we're going to do. The first thing is we're going to talk about a basic blues bass line, this kind of Ray Charles-ish, and we're going to talk about how to practice and how to get this under your fingers. In the right hand, we're going to do a triplet lick. So when you hear this old school, you have this. Right? A very nice old school idea. We're also going to talk about ways to practice that, because you can't just, if you've never done that, it's really hard to just say, oh yeah, do that. No, there's a way you have to learn, and I'm going to show you that. The next thing is we're going to talk about how to use that same bass line to do this, 2, 3, and show you how to coordinate the right hand and the left hand with some of the other ideas we've been doing. And then the third thing we're going to do is we're going to do some very simple chords that we've done before, F, A, C, E to F, A, B, E. So you can go. There's some simple ways I want to teach you how to use those chords. So let's dig right in. So the first thing is this bass line. I have it at 85 beats per minute. We're just locking in. Now what am I doing? I'm doing quarter notes and then an eighth note at the end. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. As I'm repeating this bass line over and over, we can use comping chords, right? We can use our 2-note C7 comping voicing, which is E and B flat. Awesome, Peter. So we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And I'm just doing whole notes right now in the right hand. I could do the 2-note comping voicing at the top here. Let me go back to the bottom and I'll do a rhythm. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And that was kind of a nice one. Let me do the and of 3 and the and of 4 and 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4. How about right on the downbeat, I'll do 1 and. I like that. What if I do this bass line, and as a part of my updated PDF, I'll do different starting rhythms for these basic comping chords. So we can do 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, or just whole note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And what about the and of 3, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3. 2, and 3, and 4. Yep. Okay, so I think I'm going to do that. I'll give you guys several ideas of things you can do. When you're practicing, you want to make sure you do a mix of doing new things, but also just looping something to really get it in your fingers. So the first one's pretty easy. We'll just do whole notes in the right hand. And in the left hand, this is quarter notes except for the very end. 4 and 2, 3. So here's a quarter note. 2. 2, 3, 4. Now I'll do 1 and on the right hand. 1 and 2, 3, 4, and. I'll do the and of 3 and of 4. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. What's tricky about the and of 3 and the and of 4, but it sounds great, is that you have to see which beats, where does it line up? So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. So notice the first and of 3 is by itself. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. The second and of 4 is on the G note. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Going back to our principle of you can play anything if you play it slow and what? What's the next word? 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4. I'll do a few more. Here we go. We can do this. I like that together. That's right, slow and straight. And when I go to F chord, I can do this. 2, 3. And I like that one too. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2. And now G chord. 2, 3, 2, 3. Again. Oh, I see what you mean. 2, 3, sorry about that. 2 and 3. Okay, now going down this PDF, we're going to have to dig right in. So the first thing at the top of the PDF, you have this 1 and 2 and 3. So in the right hand, I'm going to do E and G. So notice that my fingering is 2 and 4. I did not write that on your PDF, but here we go. 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4. And if I'm playing it slow and straight, I'm going to do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and so notice that I'm doing slow and straight, but I'm also doing even eighth notes. Slow and straight would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. When I get to 4 and, I'm just 1 and 2 and 3 and right here I go 4 and I want to loop that. And once you get that, then you start to put it in a blues feel, so you loosen up just a little bit, but still the exact same fingering, the exact same idea of you've built up some muscle memory. Put a little swing to it. 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then 1 and then 2 and then 4 and 1. So in order to play this, you have to build up this idea of playing this, and the way you do it is slow and straight. That's the first part. Awesome, you both have it. So we have. Now this is actually written out on the first line. We have this. And then right here on beat 3, we're going to go 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and right here we're going to go 3 and 4 and okay, now you notice how I played that slow and straight and it works perfect. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and all right, this is step 1. Then eventually you're going to speed it up a little bit and loosen it up a little bit. One and 2 and right here we're going to go 3 and 4 and remember that beat 3 is a quarter note. 3 and right here are 2 eighth notes in the left hand, 4 and I'll put that together. Okay, now moving on down the page, I think you guys can figure that one out that we just did. Here's another really nice thing is we have this bass line going quarter notes up to the B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, no problem there. But you can also use the 6th note of our bass line. Once you learn the pattern with the right hand, it's the exact same fingering, it's the exact same motion. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and will feel a lot like that. 2, 3. And you could actually, in a bass line, you could go 1, 2, 3, 4. Or you could reverse it. 2, 3. Let's put it with a chord. Reminder, when you play the blues, when I say play it slow and straight, and you guys play super slow, super straight, and you go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then I say, all right, now play with more of a bluesy feel. You can take eighth notes like 1 and 2 and 3, and the way you get the blues feel, no matter what you're doing, is you can think in terms of triplets. You count 1 and then 2 and then 3, and some people count 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3. I like 1 and then 2 and then 3, and then each representing a note. This is important because if I'm doing a triplet in the right hand, 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then, watch this, 4 and then. So even my eighth notes, I'm thinking 4 and then. I'm thinking longer on my top note, my B flat, 4 and then as a part of my triplet. So 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then, and watch this, 4 and then. So my top note, my B flat, 4 and then gets the first two notes, 4 and then. Triplet is, Vicky is exactly right. The triplet is good for feeling the swing. In terms of 1 and then 2 and 3 and then 4 and then 4 and then 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then. So now we're getting to step 2, which is the step 1 was eighth notes, 1. Step 2 is to get the next part is done and then 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then 4 and then. So beat 4, 4 and then 1. Same way on beat 4, 4 and then the top note, the B flat on the left hand, 4 and then 1. So we have one and then 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then. That's how it is. Yeah, and that G and C and E come together on the G. 3 and then 4 and then 1 and then 2 and then. I really like that. That's coming together, and that you guys are going to love being able to practice that. Okay, so we have this 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2. And my right hand, I'm doing just that same thing we did in the blues that I still have to write out for you guys from this week. 2, 3, and I'm just going 4, 5. And in my comping chord, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 2, 3 and 4 and 1. So you notice that when I did that, the and of 3 is by itself, and the and of 4 is with this G note. So we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1. The next part is just simply ba da 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 ba, which I love. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, let me break this down. This is fun. You do 1, 2, and right here on beat 3, the G's lock up. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and E flat and G together. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Now I'm going to do it very slowly, then I'll turn on the metronome, speed it up, and we have one more thing, and then we're done. So we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2. And then now you just speed that up. 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's do that again. E flat. Very last thing that we're going to do is just quickly do a review. The chords, and everybody needs to know these chords. So we have F, A, C, E. And I'm not going to talk about theory on this one right now too much because we've already done that and we really don't have the time right now. But all I am doing is when I build this voicing, it's called a D minor 9. There's my alarm going off. A D minor 9, I'm doing F, A, C, E, which is the flat third of a D major scale, the fifth note, the flat 7 of the D major scale, and the ninth of the D major scale. F, A, C, E. What a beautiful chord. To go to G7, the 2-5-1, remember, is the most common progression in jazz world. You can use it in pop, R&B as well. But all you do is take your middle finger, lower it half step. And now you have G13, which is a beautiful chord as well. You have this, D minor, and then G, and then our last chord is C major 9. Very pretty. You have 3, 5, major 7, 9. So you have this, 2, 5, 1. And all I want you to do for now is just take this idea of, if that's my first chord, D minor, you take your index finger and go to the fifth, which is A, of D major, right, of the chord. I can go 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now watch when I go to G. 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when I go to C, I'm going to do the fifth of C. And in my right hand, I'm just doing quarter notes. All right, now just for fun, this is the last tip and then I'll jump off, is this. All I did in addition to that is I said, all right, I'm going to D. I'm just going to walk it up from 2 half steps below. So D, that's my chord. I went ba-bum, bum, and I just played that ba-bum, bum, ba-bum, bum. Or G, right? And C. So whatever chord I'm working on, you go index finger, 5-1. Awesome. I'm glad you like it, Peter. And good to see all of you, and J-Man and others. We miss you. We'll see you on the replay. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. You have 15 seconds to say your goodbyes, and I'll see you soon.